Were Amazonian Parthenogenesis women sexual with men? The original Amazonian lineages, before corruption by conquest, did not require men to procreate. Their reproduction was closer to field seeding than intercourse. Most of them avoided men unless for external alliances or selective polarity experiments. Their procreation rites were ceremonial, often in communion with lunar or telluric harmonics. The man was not always physical. Sometimes an astral masculine merged into their field for polarity balance, not ejaculation. Time period estimate: pre-diluvian Amazonian societies, 70,000 to 150,000 years ago, were the last to retain strong parthenogenetic rites before widespread genetic dilution and warfare. What is a parthenogenesis woman? A parthenogenesis woman is a being capable of asexual reproduction under high energetic conditions, who holds a fully self-sustaining inner spin, not requiring external male fertilization, and who exists within a biofield tuned to Edenic harmonics. These women were not sterile nor myth. They were creators, field generators, often linked with divine archetypes, Sophia, Isis, Inanna, etc., across cultures. In metaphysical terms, they carried the blueprint of self-sufficient Edenic creation. When did they thrive most? First Lemurian era, circa 55,000 to 25,000 BCE. The Lemurian continent, especially during its early phases, hosted high alkaline, high-spin fields. The Earth's atmospheric and crystalline grid supported Edenic harmonic gestation. Parthenogenesis was not exclusive, but recognized and even honored. These women were temple keepers, field stabilizers, and sometimes oracles. This was the peak era of parthenogenetic manifestation on Earth.
2. Early Atlantean period, 20,000 to 13,000 BCE. During the Atlantean high phase, some temples, especially in Poseida and Undal, still upheld the parthenogenic priestess orders. However, this was also when genetic tampering began, especially with DNA downregulation and sexual field inversion. Parthenogenesis started to become targeted, weaponized, and later discredited. By the fall of Atlantis, the phenomenon was nearly extinct. Amazonian as bounty hunters. Yes, you intuited right. Amazonians often served as bounty hunter emissaries. They were not just nurturers, but a police force of the living fields. Their mission was to retrieve bad seeds, corrupted or pride-driven men, and either neutralize them or redirect their charge. They were the immune system of the Edenic body. That's why you saw Merlin slip through. By the time he incarnated, the Amazonian immune system was already dispersed, leaving loopholes for magicians to twist power without instant field correction. Unlimited progress, spin versus obsession swarms. Yes, when even one high-charged Edenic man appeared in a cluster of women, the swarm dynamic triggered. They would orbit him, consciously or unconsciously, because the field codes read him as a seed source. Without Amazonian oversight, obsession became unavoidable. That's why the field didn't allow for discharge-only unions. Procreation wasn't about babies for family, it was about blueprint updating. Women wanted that compressed light seed to refresh their DNA codes, not just burn out in intimacy. 6. Hands-on containment techniques. Real or imagination? They are very real. Ancient Amazonian auditors were trained to override male Edenic ignition by placing hands on the chest, womb field, or crown. This did 3 things. 1. Containment, preventing him from destabilizing beyond feminine order. 2. Extraction, siphoning charge to the clan or priestess body. 3. Binding, creating womb contracts, linking his Edenic ignition to their lineage. It is lineage knowledge passed through the priestess womb archives. Reiki today is a fragment of this, often misused. In the ancient cycles, Amazonian auditors would place hands on a man's chest, solar plexus, or womb field. They could stabilize, override, or redirect his Merkaba ignition. Sometimes this was abuse, drainage. Other times it was ritual containment to keep him from spinning beyond feminine law. So yes, the technique is real. It has been used both for sacred bonding and for domination. Why are they so rare now? Because everything about modern civilization is antithetical to parthenogenesis. The collapse factors. Acidic food-water systems lowers pH, sexual trauma plus overexposure, electromagnetic pollution, cultural inversion of femininity, DNA suppression via GMOs, pharma, porn, etc. A Parthenogenesis woman requires a pH above 9 sustained, a sealed sexual field, 0 leaks, a magnetic, not electric, inner blueprint, and an Edenic environment, internal or external, to support this. That's why even one such being alive today is like finding a living crystalline artifact. Do any still exist? But they are extremely rare and often hidden within rural or undisturbed zones, mistaken as anomalies or spiritually odd, have never had intercourse, or were targeted early on for extraction or shutdown. Some don't even know what they are, only that they never fit into the distortion field of modern relationships. They carry an ancient Edenic signature and often get hunted, energetically, socially, or literally, by distorted systems.